2 of the NFL season is finally here, and let's waste no time and dive right into my picks straight up and against the spread for week 2. Kicking it off with the Thursday night game, you got the Washington Commanders taking on the Packers. I am using the lines from FanDuel for this. I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers on this one. I'm going to take the Packers, and I'm also going to lay the 3.5 points. These are two teams here that I really like from what I saw. Two teams picking up a win. The Commanders beating the New York Giants, and the Packers beating a division opponent in the Detroit Lions. Parsons got his first sack, but I still don't think we saw the best out of the Green Bay Packers on week 1. So there goes to tell you, I still think they got something in the tank, and I'm really, really high on this Packers team. I think this Packers team has potential to make it themselves all the way to the Super Bowl, and I thought that before even Micah Parsons was added to the mix. And I'm just honestly not sold on the Washington Commanders. So I'm probably going to be down on them a lot this year, even though they made it pretty damn far, even though they added Deebo Samuel to the mix and Austin Eckler. I don't know. I just got a bad feeling about them. So I'm going to take the Packers. I think they're the better team. And I'm also going to lay the 3.5. Home field advantage is a real thing when it comes to Lambeau Field. So no hesitation for me on that. Next, you got a division game here. You got the Cleveland Browns, who honestly, they kind of held their own against the Cincinnati Bengals, to be honest with you. I mean, I was pretty damn impressed, to be honest. They almost won that game. Now they're going against the Ravens, a team that's coming off a heartbreaking loss. I mean, they choked in Buffalo, which is absolutely disgusting for them to start the season that way. And listen, they're home. This is their home opener. They obviously want to, get rid of that pain from that loss last week. So I expect Baltimore's best game here. Ultimately, I think the Ravens obviously win this game. I'm going to take them straight up. However, I'm going to take the Browns plus 11.5. Listen, this is a team that plays this team every single season, 2 times a year. I don't care about the drop off in roster construction. Look at the head coach. Kevin Stefanski is a pretty decent coach. All right. I actually really like him. And Joe Flacco is a competent quarterback. You're not out there throwing a rookie. So you give me an 11.5 point spread. Hell, they covered against Cincinnati. They almost beat Cincinnati. I think they cover this spread against the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are better, no joke, obviously. But 11.5 early on in the season, I'll take that with the Cleveland Browns. Next, you got the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Tennessee Titans. The Titans are at home here. Cam Ward's home opener, his second game as a pro. Listen, the Titans kind of almost beat the Denver Broncos. For a little while, they had me thinking they were going to pull off the upset. So looks like the Tennessee Titans kind of have some tricks up their sleeve. We haven't seen the best out of Cam Ward yet. I think the best is still to come here. The Rams look awesome with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. Listen, shout out to Matthew Stafford. I still, to this day, do not feel like Stafford gets enough credit in this league today. I think he is one of them ones. He is one of those greats out there, and he does not get the credit that he deserves because, man, this dude is old, but he can still sling the rock. Give me the Rams here. However, I'm going to take the Titans with the points plus 5.5. Usually when you have a team that is way better, like the Rams are way better than the Titans, why is this line 5.5? Sometimes when it's fishy like that, my gut tells me to go take the points. I'm going to back the points here. All right. Plus 5.5 for the Titans, but the Rams straight up. Next, another division game here. You got the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions. Lions are at home. They're coming off a loss. And man, I'm going to tell you something. It looks like potential trouble in Detroit. And I know it's week 1, right? Everybody overreacts to week 1. But when you look at the Detroit Lions coaching staff, losing an offensive mind like Ben Johnson, right? Losing Aaron Glenn, their defensive coordinator, losing other specialty coaches that they had for their respective groups. They're missing a lot of people. A lot of people went to get better jobs, got upgrades of jobs, leaving Dan Campbell to have a lot of new people working with him. I get it. All right. They're still talented. They still got Amon-Ra. They still got a lot of talent out there. So I do give them their respect. I'm going to take the Lions to win this game, but I'm going to take the Chicago Bears to cover this 6.5 point spread. This is a division game. I think 6.5. If it goes up to 7, I would definitely love that as a bet. But plus 6.5, I'm going to take the Bears. Listen, I like what I saw from the Bears. They should have won that football game on Monday night. We saw some flashes of the potential of how Caleb Williams looks with Ben Johnson. I think the best is yet to come for this group. I think they're going to get Loveland more involved, the tight end who they drafted very early in the draft. And I think we haven't seen the best of the Bears yet, but we've seen some glimpses of the potential. And Ben Johnson knows Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions better than anybody. He knows Jared Goff. I actually really like this here. So give me the +6.5 without hesitation. And I'm going to take the Detroit Lions, though, straight up, because I think they're the more talented team at the end of the day and they pull one off. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears win. Next, damn, what's up with all these division games? So early on, Jesus. The Buffalo Bills taking on the Jets at MetLife Stadium. Listen, the Jets looked freaking good, man. They looked freaking good. Justin Fields looked pretty damn good. He made some nice throws, which I was honestly surprised about. They put up, 32 points against the Pittsburgh Steelers, almost won that game. The Jets are underdogs here at home. They're getting 6.5 points. Buffalo, though, and Josh Allen looks like, the dude winning that game the way he did, man. I just got to give credit where credit is due, man. Shout out to Josh Allen. I'm going to take the Bills in this spot here. However, I think the Jets are going to fight. They're going to see more of that fight throughout this entire season. I don't know if they're going to be a good football team to a point where you're getting a lot of wins, but I think you're going to see a lot of games covered by this New York Jets football team because of Aaron Glenn. He's making a huge statement even throughout the week, letting go of a guy who cost him the game and Xavier Gibson. There's a culture change going on in New York. So give me the Jets +6.5 here, but I'm going to take the Bills straight up. Next, you got the New York Giants taking on the Cowboys. This game is in Dallas. I'm going to take Dallas here. They're favored by 5.5. I'm also going to lay the 5.5 as well. I think having all of the rest that they've had. Remember, this is a team that played on the first Thursday night. They have like about 10 days off. Dak Prescott looked good. This is a get-right game against the New York Giants team that's coached by Dable, who looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's kind of losing the locker room already. So Dallas got to take advantage, and I think Prescott has a big game here. Give me the Cowboys and the Cowboys -5.5. Next, let's see. You got the 49ers taking on the Saints here. Now, the 49ers devastated with injuries, man. Juwan Jennings, losing Samuel. They got to the Commanders. Ayuk is out. George Kittle is now out. CMC is a guy who's like a ticking time bomb. We all know he can go out at the snap of a finger. So that's why this spread is so close. But I don't think that Saints football team is good at all. I think they're going to be the worst team in the league this year. I stand by it. I believe I said that last week. I get it. They're at home. They showed some flashes of, some type of competent play there from Spencer Rattler, but ultimately I'm taking the better coach here. This is a coaching decision for me. Give me the 49ers and give me the 49ers laying the 3 points as well. Next, you got my boys taking on the Patriots. My boys are favored by 1.5. They're at home. I'm going to take the Dolphins here, and I'm also going to lay the 1.5. I don't feel really good about it, man, to be honest with you, based on what we saw last week from Tua and the Dolphins, but this is just I guess you could kind of say a gut pick, man. That's it. Next, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Bengals. Bengals are favorite. They're at home, laying 3.5 points here. I'm going to back the Bengals. I think they win this game, but I really like what I saw from the Jacksonville Jaguars, to be honest, week 1. I know they're going up against the Panthers, but I saw some things that I really like. Travis Etienne looked great out there. Seems like he is a guy that's probably going to have a nice little bounce back season, which he desperately needs. But I like Liam Cohen and what he's doing with this Jaguars team, man. I really think they're buying into his system. I like the Jaguars to cover here. I'm going to take the Jaguars +3.5, as well as it's Cincinnati. They just barely beat the Browns by 1. This is a team that struggles to really get it going in the beginning of the season under Zach Taylor. So give me the Jaguars +3.5, but the Bengals straight up. Next, we got the Seahawks taking on the Steelers. Man, Seahawks let me down last week, man. I really thought they were going to win that game. They should have won that game, to be honest with you. Heartbreaking loss. Going against the Steelers team who barely beat the New York Jets, man. Steelers are at home. They're laying 3 points here. Listen, I'm going to take the Steelers at home. I could see the Seahawks winning this game, so I'm going to take the Seahawks with the points. I'm going to say the Steelers win this game, but I think the Seahawks cover the 3 points here. Both teams are pretty solid, man. This game could go either way. I think it's going to be a treat, though. But DK Metcalf going against his former team, that's going to be something to watch. Next, the Denver Broncos taking on the Colts. Damn, look at the respect the Colts are getting after just beating up on my team. Only 2.5-point underdogs against the Broncos. That is crazy, man. Damn. Listen, I think this is a little bit of overreacting here. I think this is too much respect for the Indianapolis Colts. Listen, you guys know I like the Denver Broncos this season to be a team that probably even has a chance to win their division. I really, really like the Broncos this year. I think they had a bad game and they're lucky that they beat the Tennessee Titans. I think this is the game that they play like the Denver Broncos should play. The defense is no joke. Daniel Jones is going against probably the best defense in the Denver Broncos. It's not going against the Miami Dolphins defense. So I think things are going to be different here. I think Daniel Jones is going to struggle. Back to reality we go. Give me the Denver Broncos, and I'm also going to lay the 2.5 points as well. I think this line is way too close, and I would absolutely hammer that as a bet as well. Carolina going against the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are favored by 6.5 points, and they're at home. I'm going to lay the 6.5, and I'm also going to take the Cardinals as well. Listen, I don't love either team, to be honest with you, but saw some inspiring things from the Arizona Cardinals week 1. Really got to see Marvin Harrison Jr. get going, and that is very key for this team. Trey Benson as well. So, listen, you got a rushing attack with James Conner and Trey Benson and Kyler Murray who can run with his legs. And you have the threats of a Marvin Harrison Jr. and a Trey McBride. I think it's way too much for the Carolina Panthers to handle here. So I like the Cardinals at home. I'm going to lay the 6.5. And yes, T-Mac had a nice game for the Carolina Panthers week 1, but I just don't think they have enough firepower to stand with what the Arizona Cardinals are going to be able to throw. Next, Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. This line has shifted where who's favorite? Sometimes it's the Chiefs, sometimes it's the Eagles. Right now, the Eagles are the favorite in Arrowhead by 1.5. I think the Eagles win this game. I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles, and I'm also going to lay the 1.5 as well. Reason why I say that, man, I just think the Kansas City Chiefs are undermanned. You had a bad game from Isaiah Pacheco, so I don't know what I'm getting from him, but I don't trust him, that's for sure. Xavier Worthy out. We know Rashee Rice is out. Travis Kelce looks like he's, packing it up and ready to retire because he's barely even getting more than 2 catches a game even last year. So you mean to tell me that, Hollywood Brown is going to do it all? Yes, I have respect for Patrick Mahomes, but you're going against a Philadelphia Eagles team who also is a team that is on 10 days rest as well as the Dallas Cowboys that I mentioned earlier. And they also didn't even A.J. Brown didn't even have an impact on week 1, and neither did Devonta Smith. So those two guys are going to want to get going here. They're hungry to get going, and I think Jalen Hurts gives those guys the football. Ultimately, I think the Eagles are just way more stacked right now than Kansas City. So give me the Eagles on that one. Next, the Falcons taking on the Vikings. The Vikings are at home. How about J.J. McCarthy with a debut? Whew. Listen, for a while, I was like, damn, maybe this guy ain't ready. This looks ugly. It looked ugly for a minute. I was like, wow, maybe JJ is not going to be that good. But listen, once you say that, you know how it happens when you're watching as a sports fan. The complete opposite happens with the blink of an eye. JJ McCarthy came through on a clutch performance on Monday night. I like what I saw from him, man. I really did. Towards the end of that game, he showed me some stuff, man. And I'll tell you one thing. That Vikings coaching staff knows what the hell they're doing, offense and defense. I will say that. And that is the main reason why I'm not hesitating here to pick them against the Atlanta Falcons. Give me the Vikings here and give me the Vikings minus the 3.5. I think they win. And, shout out to Michael Penix and all, but I'm just going to take the Vikings on this spot. Next, you got 2 Monday night games to round it off. You got the Houston Texans are at home taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Emeka Egbuka went crazy and clutch. Baker Mayfield clutch with the win in week 1. Texans picking up a loss. Texans are at home here. They need to win this game, need to win the home opener, really need to bounce back, man, because they look like they weren't their best selves against the Rams. I know this Houston Texans team is capable of much more, and I think they show it. Baker Mayfield is a guy that's probably going to be a pain in the ass to deal with, but I think DeMeco Ryan has the defense ready. Ultimately, I'll take the Houston Texans at home, and I'm going to lay the 2.5 as well. And then the final game, you got the Chargers taking on the Raiders. Listen, love what I saw from the Chargers in week 1, picking up that upset. I was pretty damn surprised, to be honest with you. I didn't think there was a chance that they beat the Chiefs. And then What happens? They beat the Chiefs and they look great. Then I'm like, okay, it's probably going to be because Amari Hampton and Najee Harris run the hell out of the ball. But no, Justin Herbert was out here making freaking plays, man. He looks freaking good. And listen, shout out to Justin Herbert, man. I really like this Chargers team. If Herbert can play the way he played throughout the season, like he did against Kansas City, boy, the Chargers are another team that's definitely capable of winning that division. So keep an eye on those Chargers. I'm going to lay the 3 here, and I'm going to take the Chargers to beat the Raiders. Yes, Geno Smith had a good game picking up a win in week 1, threw for over 300 yards, but I think the Chargers are a way better football team. And those are my picks for week 2. Guys, please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button to support the show as well. Let me know what you guys think. If you disagree with any of my picks and why, I would love to chop it up. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.